All right, good morning and welcome to this active flow and breathwork class. My name is Brian and I'm delighted to be here and that you are here also. Today's class is going to be a core and lower back focused movement practice with some breathwork. We're going to be here about 45 minutes in total. And you'll want to have your supports available following our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So make sure that you have what you need in order to make your practice successful from a support perspective. Blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, cloth, maybe a chair, whatever it is you need in order to support yourself. Have that available to you. We'll start, as always, by landing, coming into the present moment, allowing gratitude to arise and setting our intention. And then we'll come around to the mat. We'll do our movements. We'll do a series of movements designed to engage and activate the core and lower back. Then we'll come back and do some couple of breath practices to help center us and prepare us for our guided rest. And then we'll move into our guided rest or savasana. So find yourself in a supported posture, whatever that means to you. Maybe you're seated in a chair with your feet on the floor underneath the knees, hip distance apart. Maybe you're seated like me on a cushion or a mat, cross-legged. Just find the posture. Maybe you're lying on your back with your legs up the wall. Whatever posture you feel supported in, find that. Take a moment to move into that. And then having established yourself in support, feel into the physical sensation of whatever part of your body is in contact with something, the floor, the chair, the seat, the wall, the cushion. Feel that physical sensation of connection. Bring your mind and awareness to that physical sensation of connection and open your awareness to the possibility that that is support. What is it like to be supported in this moment? And then having established support, I invite you to root down through those places of connection as if you could extend roots in. And from that rooting down, lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown. Experiment with tucking your chin slightly to feel the release at the back of the neck so that you feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And notice what happens in your body when the spine elongates and aligns. Then holding your spine in that elongated and aligned posture, I invite you to come into the present moment by coming into the body. And we come into the body by coming into the breath. Bring your awareness to the inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages. And begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following the inhale all the way in. And the exhale all the way out. Just hold your awareness there on the breath, noticing as the next inhale arrives, just when it is needed, and allow that inhale and that exhale. And continue to be present with your breath, just knowing that you're breathing, and allow everything else to fade away, to sink away, to slip away. Just recognize and be aware of yourself sitting and breathing. And on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. Maybe left hand over the heart, right hand over the left. Maybe the hands in prayer, thumb knuckles against the breastbone. Feeling the heat of the hands against the chest, the beating of the heart beneath the hands. And turning your awareness into your heart space, I invite you to allow to arise gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful, perhaps the possibility of gratitude. And whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth, see it clearly in your mind's eye. And then anchor that gratitude right there in your heart space. And then having established support, allowed gratitude to arise and coming into the present moment, I'll invite you, if you choose, to set an intention for your practice today. Perhaps a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale, or to just keep your gratitude anchored. And whatever your intention is, I invite you to state it to yourself, hear yourself in your mind's ear, as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice, as if it is already done. And then listen to the resonance of your intention as it reverberates in your being. As you take your next inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose, allow your chin to drop toward your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say, Namo, Namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. And then bring your gratitude and your intention and your body to your mat. And we'll begin our movement practice. So we're going to start today on our backs. So come down onto your back on your mat. Allow the heels and toes to come together. Press the toes away from the face. And then press through the heel and flex the toes back toward the face. Release the legs so that you feel the entire back of the leg. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms down. Lengthen through your crown, release the back of your neck, and then imagine you could kind of rock your hips a little bit so you feel your lower back on the mat. Maybe you imagine you're pulling down on your side rib to feel that lower back. So that arch at the lower back, we want to kind of remove that so that we feel the support for the lower back. And then we're just going to begin some light movement here. So the first thing we'll do is bring the knees to the ceiling, the heels toward the hips. And take the arms out a little wider, 30 to 60 degrees, so that you have a little space for your hips. And then just walk your feet out to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall together. Lengthen through the crown. Again, feel that lower spine on the mat. Keep the lower spine supported. Support precedes action. And then we're just going to begin to windshield wiper the legs here. So you're going to let both knees fall to the right. Just a little bit. It's just a gentle movement. And then inhale, both knees back together. Exhale, let both knees fall toward the left. You're just rotating a little bit at the hip. So you're just beginning to move in the hip a little bit. And you don't have to go too far. We're not trying to over effort. Allow the practice. Now, as we begin to practice, I need to remind you that you are in the privacy of your own space by design. And the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything that I say over here is an offer, an invitation, a suggestion. So take your note and take your lead from your body. Listen to your body, honor the wisdom of your body. Just do what your body is allowing you to do, is it asking you to do, is it is providing for you to do. Your body knows what it needs. One more here. As you come back to center with the knees, walk the feet back in underneath and in alignment with the hips. And then we're going to add to a little bit on that. So just pick up your feet so that your shins come parallel with the mat. The knees stay over the hips, shins are parallel. And then maybe open arms a little wider because you need a little more space, maybe not. And then we're going to just add a little bit to that movement. So as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the right. Now both knees are staying together. Thighs and knees and feet are staying together. And again, maybe you go a little further, maybe not. This is a gentle movement. We're just waking up the body here. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Gentle movement here. For a little more support, you can keep your feet down on the mat. Find your hips are a little tight this morning. And again, you're listening to your body, moving with the rhythm of your breath. Your inhale and exhale are different than mine and everyone else's. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. All right, one more here. Exhaling to the left. Inhale back to center. Bring the knees in toward the chest a little bit. Take your hands and grasp just below the knees and squeeze the knees in toward the chest. Feel that release in the upper part of the lower part of the back, the upper part of the SI joint. And then just maybe a little rock side to side, just to kind of release any tension that might have established itself in those early movements. All right. And then bring the feet back down to the mat. Inhale, bring the right knee in toward the chest, extend the left leg. Now, you can have the heel for support. The heel will rest on the floor. Otherwise, lift the left heel about 6 inches off the floor. And then we're going to just move with breath. As you inhale here, get long through that left leg. As you exhale, just switch. Bring the left knee in and extend the right heel out. And then move with your breath. Inhale, right knee in, left heel out. Exhale, left knee in, right heel out. And just continue to do that. We're just pistoning the legs here. Pressing the heel away. Bringing the opposite knee in. Finding our breath. And again, simple movements to align the breath with the movement. Key to all of these practices is the alignment of the breath with the movement. So the breath starts the movement stops when the breath stops. So your pace is determined by your breath rhythm, which may change as you go through the practice. You may find yourself getting a little more energetic. You may find yourself needing to take longer, deeper breaths, which will slow your movement. Just be in your practice here. We're just warming up the body here. Hip flexors are engaged here. Hamstrings are engaged. Calf muscles are lightly engaged. We're moving here, breathing. All right. Couple more here. Inhale, both legs out. Exhale, lower the heels down. Let the toes fall up and turn the palms up. Let everything settle and rest. Let go. Now we move in this yogic mindful movement practice. We balance between effort and ease. So this part of the practice is the integration is equally as important as the dynamic movement. So allow yourself to be supported here. Let everything settle. All right, next movement, bring the heels and toes together. Bring the knees toward the ceiling, the heels toward the hips. Bring your hands down toward your heel. So maybe your fingers are in the vicinity of your heel. Maybe they lightly touch the heel. Maybe your hands extend past your heels. It doesn't matter. It's all you. It's about you. Now, on the inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders and the chest. The crown of the head will stay long. So the back is still straight, the crown is long, but the head is lifted off the mat, shoulders are lifted off the mat. These arms are extended towards the heels, and you pick them up off the mat. Inhale here, get long through the crown and the fingertips. Exhale, you're just going to reach over and touch your right heel or your right mid-step or your right toes, depending on your body. Exhale, come back to center. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Exhale, touch your foot. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left side, touch the heel, the mid-step, whatever you can touch. You're reaching in that direction. Exhale, back to center. So a very subtle movement, side to side here, working your obliques, the abdomen, the core, engaging and being present. Find your rhythm, your breath, your practice. Moving with breath. Again, aligning the breath and the movement. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, centering. Now, again, it's your practice. Take breaks as you need to, modify as you need to. If your body's had enough, it'll tell you, and then you just take a break. You can modify by bringing the head back down or supporting the head. Bring your hands behind the head on alternate Couple more here. One more. Come back to center. Release the head, release the hands, bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze and rock side to side. Release any tension. All right. Bring the feet back down and extend the legs. I'm too far here. Okay. Palms down by the side. Now, for additional support, you can bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones, underneath the body. This will lift the hips a little bit and provide a little more support. For even more support, you can bring the back of the palms underneath the SI joint. That's at the top of your buttocks. Even more support. Otherwise, your hands are by your side, palms down. We're just going to do paddle kicks here. So you're going to lift the legs about 6 inches. So the heels are 6 inches off the mat. Inhale, get long through the crown. Bring that lower spine down against the mat. So you're supported. Support precedes action. And then just begin to paddle kick. So we're just paddling the feet, not pedaling, paddling the feet. So just kind of flutter kicking the legs, right? Breathing long and deep. Now, the tendency here is to get engaged in the core and you want to hold your breath. We hold posture, not breath. Ensure that you are breathing, always breathing. Mindful breathing is the practice. The rest is detail. So be aware of your breath, long, deep yogic breath. Full inhale and complete exhale while flutter kicking the feet. And we're only going to be here for, I don't know, 10 or 12. No, I'm just kidding. We're just going to be here for literally 1 minute. So you're almost there already. So think about that. How powerful are you? How strong are you? Wonderful practice here. Breathing into the center of the being. Deep, long inhales. Full, complete exhales. And all is well here in the world and in life. Inhale, both legs long. Exhale, let the heels come down, turn the toes open, away from each other, turn the palms up, and relax, release. Allow, feel, engage with yourself. What is your experience here? The whole point of these tools, these practices, is to be able to engage with ourselves, to modify and or improve our mind state, change our mind state, do emotional regulation. Notice what's shifted for you in the few minutes that we've been practicing, if anything, maybe nothing. Be curious about your own experience. Feel into the wonder of this practice. All right. Full inhale. Complete exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, bring your heels and toes together. Turn your palms down alongside your hips. Inhale, lift the legs up. Now, same thing here. You can bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones or the back of the palms underneath the SI joint if you'd like additional support. We're going to be doing our scissor kicks here. So lengthen through the crown. Feel the lower back supported. The lower back is supported. Press through the heel, flex the toes. Press through the right heel. Inhale here. As you exhale, allow the left leg, the left heel to hover, lower toward the mat till it just hovers. Inhale, left leg comes back up. Exhale, right heel lowers till it just hovers. Inhale, find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Concentrate on keeping that upright leg firm and pressed as if you're stamping the ceiling. Press through the heel. See if you can keep the leg that is lowering straight. Now, modify as you need, adjust as you need. Stop and take a break if you need. Find your rhythm, your breath, your pace, your practice. Engaging here hamstrings, hip flexors, abdomen. We're literally doing like a minute of each of these, so not a complicated process. We want to keep things simple and just be able to do simple movements in alignment with breath, and then be able to feel into the results. What is this doing for our mind states? How is this helping with our emotional regulation? Notice where your mind goes when you're challenged a little bit. Just be aware. No need to do anything with that. Just notice. Noticing that we're just breathing while we're moving. Check in with your gratitude and your intention. Be here. One more. Inhale up, flex the toes, press through the crown. Exhale, bring the knees to the chest, reach up and squeeze, and then rock a little side to side, release. Woo. And then let the feet come down, extend the legs, let the toes fall open, turn the palms up, and just integrate. Take a breath. Maybe you notice your breath. Maybe it's gotten a little engaged and active. Allow that to settle. Feel back into the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel back into what it's like to release and just be you into your practice. We have one more on our back here on the inhale. Bring the feet together. Extend the arms overhead. So shoulder width, so arms are extended. Maybe take your arms out a little bit to release some of that pressure on the shoulder so you feel the full shoulder on the mat. So maybe your arms are at like a 60-degree angle off the top corners of your mat. All right, the movement is very simple. So we're going to take the feet wide so that the heels are at the lower corners of your mat. So you're sort of making an X posture here. This is called the X person, right? And we're going to just work from here. So the movement is inhale, get long through the fingers and heels. Exhale, you're going to bring your knees and your elbows together with your nose. So it's like a reverse crunch, if you will. And then inhale. Feet, heels go long, fingers go long. Exhale. Elbows, knees, nose all come together. X person crunch. Find your rhythm. Find your pace. Find your breath. Find your practice. Breathe. Movement with breath. Whew. Warming up the body. Maybe you feel your body a little warmer now. Maybe you feel a little engaged. Maybe not. Just notice what's happening for you as you move through this. Four more. Three more. Two more. One more. Hold as you squeeze and then release. Let the feet come down. Take the feet out along the mat. Let the toes fall open. Bring the arms down by the side, palms up. Rest the crown and release the back of the body. Feel yourself supported. Let go. Woo. Maybe you got a little warmer in your space. Maybe you feel a little energized through the center of your being around the core. Maybe not. Just notice what you feel. Notice what you're experiencing. Let everything be as you take a full inhale. And a complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, slowly make your way, bring your back up and come into Dandasana, staff pose. So we're seated with our legs extended in front of us. Begin to work into the little lower back a little bit. So I like to bring my hands alongside my hips, press into the palms to lengthen through the spine. Feel what it's like to be lengthened and elongated. Tuck the chin so that I feel the full length of the spine. And then just pick up my hands while keeping the spine long. Now, the arms are going to extend parallel to the legs and parallel to the mat. Okay? We're going to make little half fists. Kung Fu fists, we call this. You fold your finger pads to the top of the palm. Thumbs are pointed straight up. Now, the inhale, we're just going to hinge forward at the hips, bringing the hands out over the feet or whatever your shins or over your ankles or maybe the end of your mat, whatever length of your arm is. It's just a small, subtle movement, perhaps. It's a hinging. The back is straight. The relationship of the chin and the sternum is the same. The exhale, we're just going to hinge back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Begin to find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Hinging at the hips. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Arms stay straight, parallel to the mat. Crown stays long, the back stays flat and long. Working the back side of the hip girdle, lower back muscles beginning to engage. Find it and breathe into it. Just a few more here. Inhale forward. Exhale, release the hands, release the chin towards the chest. Let the back and the neck release. Let the hands flop. Relax and let go here. Inhaling. Exhaling. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back, lift the crown, come back to center, and then roll down onto your back. And then roll to your belly, either direction. Release the tops of the feet. The heels and toes are together, tops of the feet release and press into the mat. Hands come down, hands come down by the hips. Palms up. Chin comes to the mat. Maybe your nose, maybe your forehead. Now, as you press into the tops of the feet, you may feel the knees engage. But you're relaxing at the waist, at the pelvic bowl, at the pubic bone. You're trying to relax there, so no tension there. On the inhale, you're simply lengthening through the crown, letting the chin come off the mat, letting the chest rise. Heart comes forward. Exhale, lower the chin back down. Inhale, crown lifts, heart lifts. Exhale, lower down. Simple movement with breath, working the lower back a little bit. Breathing in as you rise. Breathing out as you return. The journey and the return. Inhaling, exhaling. Full inhalation, complete exhale. Inhale here, exhale here. One more. Inhale up and hold. Gently retain this breath for a moment. Relax from the waist down. Keep the crown lifted. Exhale, lower down. Turn your left cheek and ear to the mat. Relax the shoulders, let the heels fall apart, and just release. Breathe. Feel into the integration of that energetic movement. We're going to continue to work the back of the body a little bit here. On your next inhale, bring the heels and toes together. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Thumb is right at the breast line. Inside of the wrist might be lightly touching the outer rib. Elbows are moving toward each other and down towards the hips behind you. So your shoulders are moving away from your ears. Create that space. Press into the tops of the feet. Feel the knees engage. Relax at the pubic bone in the waist. As you inhale, lightly press into the fingertips to help support yourself as you lift the crown, lift the heart. So this is our baby cobra, our low cobra. And then as you begin to work here, exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift, rise. Exhale, lower. Now you may find that you get a little more range of motion as you begin to move into this. And you can experiment with how much pressure you wish to put into the fingertips. So you could lift your hands entirely, or you could engage a little more support through the fingers and find a little more range of motion through the torso. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Inhale up. Relax at the waist while holding at the breath for a moment. And then exhale, lower down. Let your right cheek and ear turn to the mat. Let your hands come back by your hips, palms up. Let your heels fall open. And just release. Breathe here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, bring your nose back toward the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes and press yourself up into a plank. Find your plank here. So engage through the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Press back to the heels, lengthen through the crown. Hips not too high nor too low. The back is straight, long line of energy from the crown of the head to the heel. Now, the movement is to lengthen on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to bring the knees underneath the body one at a time. So we're alternating. This is called mountain climber. So let's imagine you're climbing a mountain. Just step the right knee forward and then back. Then the left knee forward and back. With your breath. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, get long. And exhale, opposite knee to chest. So it's like walking in place here. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Your practice. Stay with it. You got this. Modify as you need to. Take breaks as you need to. Be in your practice. One more. Drop the knees, press the hips back toward the heels. Release the forehead toward the mat. Maybe use your block to support your forehead. Come into your wisdom pose or child's pose. Arms are still extended. Extended child's pose. Breathing here. Find your hips releasing, your lower back releasing. And then if you like, bring the hands back by the feet, palms up. Relax the shoulders. Full release. Full expression of the pose. Mm. Mm. Inhale the arms long. Extended child's pose. Ah. Exhale. Press into the fingertips. Press the hips back toward the heels. Inhale to your tabletop posture. Exhale. Curl the toes. Press into the ball of the foot and lift the knees. Inhale here. Exhale. Press the hips back toward the heels, keeping the knees lifted. Inhale. Shoulders out over the, or even in front of the hands. So a modified plank. Exhale. Pressing back into the heels. And continue. Your rhythm. Your pace. Your breath. Your practice. So this is a parallel squat. Normally we'd be standing, and this is working through the core, the obliques, the side rib, the lower back. Inhaling, exhaling. Stay with it. Couple more. You got this. Inhale forward. Exhale. Bend the elbows or knees, chest, chin. Lower yourself to the mat. Release the tops of the feet. Release the hands by the hips, palms up. Turn your left cheek and ear to the mat. Let your heels fall open. And breathe. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Bring your heels together. Bring your chin back to the mat. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. Take a long inhale as you press through the heels and lift the knees. As you exhale, press through the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Press the body back to a plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Lift the hips up and back. Release the crown toward the mat. Release the heels toward the mat. Downward facing dog. So we're going to finish here in down dog today. The home page posture. An opportunity to extend and stretch the back of the body. Bring the heart beneath the head beneath the heart. Get some fresh perspective on life. Breathing here. Full inhale. Bend one knee. Press back to the opposite heel. When you're ready, switch, bend the other knee, press back to the other heel. Breathe into that back of that other leg. Maybe bend both knees. Press back through the fin. Feel the back get long and then maybe straighten the legs, let the heels drop. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, and then roll to your back. We're going to do a breath practice that will set us up for our guided rest. So on your back, on your mat. Now, let your toes fall open. This is all individual now. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms up. Lengthen through your crown. And imagine, as I say, you can pull down on your side ribs so that you can feel your full spine against the mat. This is our posture. Now we're going to do a breath, an active breath that will help to move us into our meditative state for our rest. And the breath is simply, we're breathing to the base of the body. So you want to see if you can imagine, obviously you're not doing this, but imagine that you can breathe in, and this breath is in through the nostrils. Without stress, strain, or exertion, no over efforting. We're just going to breathe in and see if you can breathe to the soles of your feet on the inhale. So in through the nostrils, down through the spine, to the soles of your feet. And then exhale back up the legs, back up the spine, and out through the nostrils. And then you're going to inhale to your ankles. And just imagine the breath could go all the way to the ankles. And then the exhale, release everything. Just as if you're gathering everything that's between your ankles and your nostrils on the way out and just letting it go. And then inhale down to your shins and calves. Exhale, releasing everything. So see if you can just let go a little bit more on each exhale. Inhale to the knees. And exhale, letting go. Inhaling to the thighs, the hamstrings, and the quadriceps. Exhaling, release. Inhaling to the pelvic bowl. And exhaling, letting go. Inhaling to the sacral area, center of the hip girdle. Exhaling, letting go. Inhaling to the abdomen. And exhaling from the abdomen. Inhaling to the navel, the core. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling to the heart. Exhaling, letting go. Inhaling to the throat. Exhaling. Inhaling to the third eye point, behind the brows, between the ears. Exhaling, releasing. And inhaling to the crown of the head, a space just outside and above the top of the head. Exhaling completely, letting everything go, including the breath rhythm, including the practice, letting everything go. You're done, be done. Allow yourself to be done. Let go of everything and just rest here. Just let your body engage in being supported fully on the backside of the body as you rest here. Let the breath go. Let go of any shaping of the breath or of the body. Let go of any analysis of the practice. Let go of any criticism or condemnation or conversation or competition. Just notice what it is like to let go and release, to be free, to relax, to be done, to just rest. Feel into the gift of rest that you have given yourself in this moment. And we'll explore what it is like to rest in peace and silence for the next minute. Perhaps you notice that your attention has wandered away. I invite you, if that's the case, to bring gratitude to that noticing. It is the nature of the mind to wander. And then just gently and compassionately return your attention to your breath. Prepare to re-engage with your body by perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. Continue to reawaken awareness of the body by bringing your knees toward the ceiling, your heels toward your hips, and extending your right arm alongside your head, bicep by the ear. Take a moment here to prepare to roll to your right side. And when you are prepared, and only when you're prepared, gently roll to your right side, allowing that right arm to cradle your head and neck. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare to be upright again. And when you are ready, and only when you're ready, bring your left arm in front of your chest and gently leverage yourself back to a seated posture, whatever that looks like for you. And as you re-engage with your seated posture, reconnecting with your supports, I invite you once again to float your hands to your heart and allow to arise perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful. Witness yourself sitting in gratitude in your space. And as you witness yourself sitting in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from my space, this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the rest of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.